Hi, this is Anthony from Bayside, and you're watching Get Addicted. They were mixed, you know. There was a little bit of nervousness as far as being in new places, not knowing how to get around, and we were definitely wondering what it was going to be like with the language barrier. You know, that was a big thing, but it's been fine actually. And then of course, like, excitement for sure. You know, seeing new places and playing in new places. It's been really great so far. You know, with the internet and all, it kind of, I guess, word about bands travel pretty easily. You know, so it's cool to play in a lot of these countries for the first time, and people know who we are and they're singing along and stuff. So I wouldn't say it wasn't a highlight. We were in Amsterdam for 2 days before that. And Amsterdam, I mean, all the signs and menus and stuff were in English, also, as well as Dutch, you know. And everybody on the street spoke English, and all the kids at the show spoke English. And then to be in France, and it just seemed like nobody spoke English at all. It was kind of hard to navigate around the city without being able to ask anybody for directions. We got lost a little bit. We were trying to find food. And we kept going into like restaurants and stuff and asking for things, and they just wouldn't even know what we were saying. So we wound up like at McDonald's just because we'd be able to point at a picture. I just think that when you write an album, the album is gonna come out reflecting the mood that you were in just at the time. You know what I mean? So you could have you could have a bad month and write a record in that month, and it's going to be very pessimistic, and it's not going to have as bright as an outlook. Or you could have a good month in your life where everything's going good and relationships are good and everything, and if you wrote the record in that month, then everything's going to be optimistic, you know. So I mean, you know, we've gotten a lot more popular, and we've gotten, you know, it was only like 2 or 3 years ago that we were traveling in a van and sleeping on people's floors and not being able to pay our rent and having a really hard time juggling a band and a real life. And now, you know, we have a lot of fans and we make money and everything has gotten a lot more comfortable. So it's kind of hard not to be excited about kind of accomplishing a lot of things, you know. Rich is kind of a strong word, you know. It depends on what you consider rich, you know. So, we have friends in bands that have, you know, $50 million, you know what I mean? That's rich, you know, but I mean, we're comfortable. We can afford to live, you know. We're happy. We're very happy about our lives right now. You know, we've been a band for 10 years, and we've only started being able to make money off of it within the last couple of years. And before that, we just didn't make it. But we didn't try to come up with other ways to make money. We just figured out how to live without it. Well, there's always music, you know what I mean? It's like I manage a band right now. They're called The Status. So I'm managing bands, and I produce records and stuff when I have time off, and I do solo shows and solo tours and stuff. So I mean, I stay pretty busy, but it's all kind of revolves around music. I really like Oasis a lot. Yeah, it'd be cool to play with Oasis, I think. Who else? The Smiths. I mean, I'd love for the Smiths to be back together and see them. The Toy Dolls is a punk band that I grew up listening to that I never got to see. Propagandhi is another band I never got to see. Yeah, mostly, you know, but there's a lot of bands that I love that I would call some of my favorite bands that I never got a chance to see because they never really come over to the States. Cigarettes, coffee, chocolate. That's it. I don't drink it's cool. I mean, I enjoy it in a different way than people that do, you know. Like some people do, and they enjoy it in like kind of a partying kind of way, you know. They go out and have a blast every night, you know. For me, it's a lot more of walking around and taking things in. And no, I mean, it's not like I used to drink and I'm trying to quit, you know. I just never got into it, so it doesn't bother me. I always listen to a lot of European bands when I'm here, which is I was listening to the Toasters yesterday. For some reason, driving through like the English countryside or the French countryside always makes me want to listen to things like that. The Smiths again. What else? I'm into a lot of punk stuff, really. Like Toy Dolls again, Oxymoron. So I'm really into like punkier stuff.
As we are called getaddicted.org, this is our mascot, the orc. Do go crazy.
Scientists, they couldn't fix being so tired, getting out of bed. But who would want to die as a cowardly little child? But our time is up, we'll be ashamed of.
So this is Pork, and I gave him a couple of tattoos. He's straight edge. He's a punk rocker. He has a mustache, and he's been awake for a long time, so his eyes are pretty red. And he loves his mom.